FDA bans the use of red dye number 3 in anything people swallow.
Sabrina Wilson reports on what prompted this decision.
It's used in some foods and drugs, and now the Food and Drug Administration is revoking the authorization for the use of red dye number 3. It's a synthetic dye that causes foods and drinks to have a bright cherry red color. The FDA says the red dye is used primarily in candy, cakes, other baked goods, frostings, and frozen desserts. The agency is amending its regulations to stop allowing the use of red number 3 in food and ingested drugs. It's happening in response to a 2022 color additive petition, which requested that the FDA review whether the Delaney Clause applied. That 1960 enacted clause prohibits FDA authorization of a food additive or color additive if it has been found to induce cancer in animals or people.
EWG applauds this action. This really is a long overdue ban to get red 3 out of foods. This action will protect public health, and it will especially protect children.
Dr. Tasha Stoiber is a senior scientist with the Environmental Working Group, which had a hand in getting the FDA to this point.
So the Environmental Working Group, along with other groups, including Center for Science in the Public Interest and Food and Water Watch, petitioned the FDA back in 2022 to remove red 3 from foods.
However, in announcing the red 3 ban, the FDA also wrote, claims that the use of FD&C red number 3 in food and in ingested drugs puts people at risk are not supported by the available scientific information.
The short-term side effects that research has shown, allergies, behavioral changes, long-term ADHD, and potentially could be carcinogenic. But again, that's so far only in lab rats.
Manufacturers using the red dye in food and ingested drugs will have until January 15, 2027 or January 18, 2028, respectively, to reformulate their products, and foods imported to the U.S. will have to comply with the FDA's mandate.
So manufacturers have alternatives that are available to them now to make these same comparable products without red 3.
California didn't wait for the federal government to take action.
We also sponsored a bill that passed in California in 2023 to get red 3 and other harmful food additives out of food in the state of California.
The FDA's ban on red number 3 in foods and ingested drugs comes nearly 35 years after the dye was barred from cosmetics because of potential cancer risks. It remains to be seen if the ban will face legal challenges from food manufacturers. Liz.